Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to start diving into Twice's individual readings, and of course we're going to start with the leader, Jihyo. And here's the thing, I kind of wanted to take advantage of my great moods and get it done. So I'm recording this when I think the Twice video just came out yesterday. So I hope you guys were enjoying the group reading. I hope you liked it, and I hope that you guys found it fun, because I'm about to do the rest of the members. I don't know when I'll finish, but yeah, that's the goal. So today we're going to focus on Jihyo's individual reading. We're going to do 4 different sections. We're going to focus on her current energy, her career, any love messages, or I guess a mini love reading, and any healing messages that go through at the very end. We have 2 tarot decks and then oracle cards to help us with that. And let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, I think that's it. And with that, we'll get started with the first section, which is how is Jihyo doing right now? How is Jihyo currently doing? So let's see what is going on right now. So the first card that we have is the 5 of Pentacles reversed. So it seems like there's a little bit of hope going on with Jihyo right now. Usually the 5 of Pentacles is someone that feels left out or feels abandoned. And the fact that it's reversed tells me that there is a little bit of hope, or she knows that she's not alone, but she may feel like she is. There are times when it doesn't matter how many people you're surrounded with, you still feel like you're missing something, you feel like things are not right, or you feel like things are not necessarily going your way, or that you have to do things on your very own and no one's there to help you. And I feel that with her, it could be that she may feel like, yeah, she knows she's not alone, she knows she has people with her, but that doesn't take away the fact that she may feel a little bit left out, or she may feel like she's missing something. And the other card that we have is the 6 of Pentacles. So it seems like Jihyo's slowly moving forward towards something, and she's leaving behind this mentality that she may have of feeling like she has no one with her, feeling that she is, I guess, defeated and alone, or maybe feeling like she has no one to rely on, because the one that we have after is the 6 of Pentacles, which means having a balanced relationship, being surrounded by good fortune, or starting to what is the thing that I'm thinking of, or starting to see the best way to nourish a project, an idea, or a relationship to make it more stable. Because right here we have all of the pentacles falling down and like nurturing this flower and making it blossom. So to me, it feels like Jihyo's finally stepping away from this negative energy of feeling left out or feeling alone, or that she doesn't have people with her, and slowly moving towards something a little bit more positive. Especially since we are going from 5 to 6. So whatever conflict she may have had is slowly going away, and she's finally balancing something in her life. So that's actually pretty good starting off. Let's see what else we have for Jihyo. How is she currently doing? We have the 7 of Pentacles, which I find so funny. So we have 3 Pentacle cards already. So that tells me that Jihyo is very, very, very concentrated on her work and her career. 5, 6, 7. So I find that actually very funny. So that kind of tells me that just because she has gone away from this mentality of not being alone and actually feeling like she's not lonely, or feeling like she has support, and balancing things out a little bit, she's not ready to take the next step, which is waiting for things to happen. I don't necessarily know what she's waiting for, so we're going to take out some cards for that. But usually the 7 of Pentacles means someone that is waiting for the fruits of their labor to blossom. Here, let me talk and then I'll take out more cards. But the Seven of Pentacles reversed tells me that she's actually being a little bit impatient, or she's already thinking, why is it taking so long? I'm putting all this work and all of this effort into this project or relationship or whatever it is that she's like bothered about right now, and it's not giving me the fruits that I've been looking for, right? Like the fruits of my labor are not there. Like it hasn't blossomed. I still haven't seen the results happen. But I think that's because she's trying to move a little bit too fast for Pentacles energy. It feels like she's thinking and doing, but she's not giving the time that it needs to get it together. She's not necessarily how should I put it? Just because she's getting things done doesn't necessarily mean that that's everything necessary to make her projects work. There's other stuff that are also involved with her projects. There's many other things that are kind of out of her control that also play a role in whatever endeavor she's in. But the next card that we have is the Page of Swords. So that tells me that there's like this message of how to communicate, or there's like this message of protection and divine guidance that she's going to get, or that she's getting right now. And it kind of feels like when your spirit guides give you the almost like not a timeline, but like they start telling you like, oh, this is your purpose, or like this is what you should be doing, or stuff like that, right? And she may know the end goal, or Jihyo may have an idea of where she wants to end up and what she wants to do, and she has a pretty clear idea of how to, or what that would look like. And because of that, she's working hard to make it happen. Like she's doing her job very well, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she can speed up the process of whatever lessons she has to learn or whatever life purpose she has. So it kind of feels like she's doing a pretty good job on her own things, but she may be starting to get a little bit impatient to think that there's no results yet, or that she's not seeing. She may be doing a lot of work and not seeing any progress get done. So she may be feeling a little bit stuck. We have the Devil clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, but they're both reversed. So I feel that she may think that there's something. She may be thinking to herself, oh, what's wrong with me? Or am I not good enough? Do I have to learn more? Is there more that I have to do? And because of that, she needs to be like a little bit careful, because if she continues with that mentality of what am I doing wrong, she may get stuck in this limbo of constantly feeling like she's not good enough, or constantly feeling that or like start blaming herself and having like control issues. And in this case, what I mean by control issues, I mean someone that feels like they have complete power to get things done, right? But let's say you have a project and you want to make it happen. However, you need other people that are experts at their fields to help you with your own thing. So it kind of feels like everything's not, of course, not on her, in her control. Sometimes the environment gets in the way, like the whole world wasn't shut down last year, so like that's something that will be definitely out of her control. But the way that Jihyo is like the type of person that is thinking, but what can I do to make things better? And sometimes the best thing we can all do to make things better is nothing. And when I mean nothing, I mean wait. And waiting is, I think, something a little bit difficult for people to understand. Or it's also difficult for people to understand that there's things outside of our control, outside of our power, because we're constantly thinking life is just going on, doing its own thing, and we think, oh, it's because of what I did, or it's because of this other thing, or this other thing, right? But sometimes life is just doing its own thing, and it is not involving us at all. So I wouldn't be surprised if this Devil is kind of showing that there's this lingering energy of negativity, like this rainy cloud following Jihyo, but she is conscious enough to know that it's temporary, or like she knows that just because at the moment she may feel like things are not working out, that she may feel that she's not good enough to make things happen, or stuff like that, that doesn't necessarily mean that she's gonna stay in that energy for too long, if that makes sense. Like, it kind of feels like someone that feels sad because things are not working out, but they're conscious and they know why they're not working out, and so that means that they know it's not their fault, yet that doesn't take away the fact that they're sad, right? So I feel that's kind of like the energy Jihyo's in, right? She's in the energy that she's working very hard to make something happen, but it's not working out because she just needs to wait for things to venture how they have to venture. You know, what has to happen will happen, and whatever that is, it's outside of her control, and that's why she has to wait for that project to slowly grow, blossom, and flourish into whatever has to happen. So it kind of feels like, even though she knows that it's out of her control, even though she knows that she can't do anything about it because that's life's problem, not hers, that doesn't take away the fact that she may feel a bit, a little bit on the pessimistic side. She may feel like she's not worthy enough for things to happen, but I feel that she's getting like this divine guidance, or like this constant reminder that she's doing okay, she's doing great, constant reminder of do not fret, do not be worried. Just because things are not going your way does not mean that it's not going to happen. Sometimes, again, as I mentioned earlier, just give time the time it needs to get done whatever it has to get done. I kind of want to ask a little bit more as to what it is that Jihyo's working on. And of course, a little bit of clarifiers as to why the devil is here. Right? Like, why does she feel like that? The good thing is that the devil's reversed, right? So that tells me that Jihyo's can see things a bit clearer, and is very aware that where she's standing and what power she has or whatever it is that she's doing. However, as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't take away the fact that she feels a little bit of a Devi Downer. She feels a little bit like, things are not working out. What can I do? How can I make it better? So I'm gonna take out more purple cards. I was gonna go to a different deck, but I feel like I just have to continue with this one. We're gonna see, why is the devil here? So we have this one and this one. 10 of Cups and 7 of Swords reversed. So there's a lot of reversals right now. But the 10 of Cups reversed tells me that Jihyo's not emotionally satisfied. She doesn't feel content and happy. And usually the 10 of Cups is ending a cycle. So the fact that it's reversed is that there's some emotional unfulfillment that she's feeling right now. And that's why she's in the devil energy. The other card that we have is the 7 of Swords reversed. So that tells me that she may be tired of the fact that she doesn't know why things are going too slow, or she may feel annoyed at the sneakiness that life has, which is things just happen whenever they have to happen, and it doesn't really go with whatever schedule she has, or it doesn't go with however she may feel at the moment. So it feels like the devil is here because Jihyo's feeling a little bit tired and annoyed at the fact of feeling this illusion that she has no power, or feeling like this because usually the devil means someone that is trapped under the illusion that they can't do something, right? Or that things are not going their way. It's Capricorn energy, so it kind of goes well with all of these pentacle cards, which is Earth. So that kind of tells me that she may be she has like a specific plan or path that she wants to take in her career, and it's not working out the way that she wished it would have gone. And because of that, she's been a little bit too hard on herself. And she may be a little bit tired of feeling that she doesn't have the power to make things happen. And whatever it is, I think the fact that she has to wait is something that doesn't satisfy her, something that doesn't make her happy, because we have the 10 of Cups reversed. But it's something necessary. I'll take out some cards to see why Jihyo has to wait, even though it's pretty obvious that it's just out of her control. But let's see. Like, what is life doing in the background? Like, what is life working on that she has to wait? So we have the King of Wands. So, two things. If this is a relationship that Jihyo's working very hard on and it's just not working out, whoever she's waiting for is just not ready for a relationship, or whoever, because we have the King of Wands reversed. So that's like a mature masculine energy, or it doesn't have to be a man though, because masculine energy is just someone that is very driven and very forward and on your face type of energy. That's usually how I describe the masculine energy. It's definitely a fighter because we have fire and Aries energy, so it could be a guy that she's looking or like working towards. But if it's because of her career, there's a chance that whoever is out there that's going to help her, it's just also not in the position that they have to be to help her out. So I'm getting different things, but if this all correlates with her career and her work and that kind of physical thing, then it kind of just feels like Jihyo just has to wait for whichever person or whichever opportunity that is going to be brought to her is just not ready yet. It's slowly brewing. It's slowly cooking up, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. So she has to wait because whatever individuals, because it could be multiple people as well, right? Whichever individuals that are like paving the way, ew, or whoever is like getting her path ready for her to like walk on, they're just not there yet, or they're not ready. And because of that, or like they haven't laid down the path for her to like walk on, like something's just not ready. Maybe the foundation, or maybe the people that are going to help her out, they're not ready, and because of that she can't continue moving forward because the pieces and the tools and the path is not laid out yet for her to like walk on, take, or build. Does that make sense? So that's why she has to wait, which makes sense. I feel that if we just narrow it down to potentially people that are not ready, and I'm going to ask one last question, which is, what is this project that Jihyo's like working on? What flower is Jihyo nurturing? So we have the 4 of Pentacles reversed and the 10 of Wands reversed. So it feels like whatever it is that she wants to let go, whichever project it is that Jihyo's working on, it is something that she's working very hard to let go of. Because the 4 of Pentacles could be someone that is a little bit stingy, or someone that has a treasure that they keep very guarded. But the fact that it's reversed tells me that she may want to let that go, or she may be clinging onto it even more. And then we have the 10 of Wands, which is usually someone that feels very burdened, feels overwhelmed, or feels like they have a lot of responsibilities they're carrying with them. But the fact that it's reversed, it kind of feels like she's working hard on figuring out a way to work with it or let go of it. It's like she's working and putting so much effort into something that she can't let go of, or something that she highly treasures, or something that it's a bit of a burden and a big responsibility, but seems like she's starting to feel like the weight and the load that she has is getting a little bit too heavy on her, and because of that it may be a little bit overwhelming for her. So there is definitely something that she's either debating to let go of, or she doesn't know how to work with anymore, and it's quite the burden because she has to wait. So I don't know specifically in what area this project or this energy is like concentrated in. I don't know if it's love, I don't know if it's her career, I don't know if it's just like, when I mean a project, I mean like an actual project. So I'm not too sure what it is, and I don't know how clear Jihyo's energy is. So what I mean by that is like, I don't know if she'll tell me. But with that, I'll just kind of leave that one there for now, because I feel that if I take out more cards, I think I'll just end up more confused. I guess it kind of makes sense, since I don't really know what Jihyo is actually doing in real life. Then I don't really know what projects may be rumored that she may be in, or I don't really know her as whatever image she shows in her career to her fans. So I have no idea what she could potentially be worried about. But yeah, one of the things that I'm hypothesizing as an outsider looking into Jihyo is that she may be feeling she treasures the group a lot, but it's still a heavy burden. and the project does feel like her career as a singer, and she may be waiting for new opportunities or maybe for Twice to continue doing what they're doing, but she may not be very happy and satisfied with waiting. She may not feel like she has the skills, or she may not feel worthy to improve and be better. It seems like life has something big for her, in the sense like there's this King of Wands, so it could be her own energy, as in like she needs to embody the energy of someone that's ready to take action towards something new, something different, and be in that warrior mentality of pushing forward to make whatever project she's working on happen. That's kind of what I'm feeling, but I'm not too sure necessarily what she is working on and focusing on. So let's go on to her career and see if anything overlaps over there. Then that kind of shows that that's probably what's going on, and if it doesn't, it could be a different area in her life. I'm going to take some oracle cards to see how she's doing right now in her career. So how is Jihyo's career right now? You know. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Interesting. What other cards was it? Oh, those. Let's see. How is Jihyo doing right now in her career? No, general energy. Cheetah. So it seems like Jihyo is like working very hard in her career, because the cheetah tells me that she's moving very quickly. Let's see. General. We have context. Kind of want one more, and motion. So we have two cards that tell me that there's a lot of motion, a lot of things moving, and I kind of want to show you the bottom of the deck. We have time as the bottom of the deck for her career. So it seems like we need to wait for things to unravel and for things to just happen. But we have motion in the cheetah card, so that tells me that there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of pushing forward or moving towards something. And the context tells me that it could be about her career, but we may not have the pieces as to what specifically she wants to work on. We have You Are Good Enough, which kind of felt like that devil card reverse. That's what it's addressing. We have Step Out of Your Comfort Zone, Let Go of the Past, and a new romantic cycle begins. So I don't really know what, like, seems like Yuhyo's career, or that area of her life, is a little bit more stable and a little bit more organized, because the cards kind of just fell into place when I was trying to see where to put them. Let's see. So we have Step Out of Your Comfort Zone and Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back. So the Ten of Wands reversed and the Four of Pentacles reversed, which, now that I think of it, that's another Pentacles card. Damn. She's heavily focusing on her career or physical material things. And what is the other thing that Earth does focus on? Any goals she has in mind. Money. That could also be a thing that she's focusing on. So she's heavily focusing on that area, and we lacked a lot of the other ones, which is air, water, and fire. So that tells me that she may be lacking the ability to take action, the ability to feel, or to think clearly. But anyway, so I mentioned that we had the 10 and the 10 of Wands reversed and the 4 of Pentacles reversed. So that kind of felt like she has to let go of something. So this south node of Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back feels very important for her. Like, I don't know what's holding her back, but it could be something in her career that's holding her back. And she may be wanting to push. There's like clashing energies with this motion card, right? Because we have the cheetah facing this way and we have the motion card facing that way. So it's kind of like two energies that are like clashing with each other, and they're both moving very quickly. And we have the You're Good Enough and a new romantic cycle begins in context. So it kind of feels like Jihyo may be struggling a little bit with either following a romantic relationship or her career. And I feel her career may be holding her back a little bit from going forward to any romantic relationship that may have been offered to her, or that she may be considering and pondering upon to take. But we have Step Out of Your Comfort Zone. So I wouldn't be surprised if life has also very good things for her career, and she's just not really taking them yet. because the card of you're good enough tells me that she can have both things. She can have a successful romantic life and a successful career. But I feel that there's something that is definitely holding her back, and I have so many questions. Let's just say that since I have no physical background or anything that I can rely on for Jihyo, I don't have rumors, I don't have things that people talk about. This is literally just me connecting to her energy and not knowing what is going on. So if you guys know what's going on, feel free to comment below what you think is going on or why you think I'm getting these cards. But I'm going to take out more cards to answer all of these questions that I have, because I don't know what's going on. I mean, I have feelings of what could be going on, which is what I'm telling you. But if there is it feels like there's like a missing piece. Like, I don't know what I'm missing. Right? But let's see. We have step out of your comfort zone. So I'll use the happy ones this time. So what is Jihyo's comfort zone that she has to step out of? We have which is, so it seems like, let me get a clarifier. We have more pentacles. So we have the zone that Jihyo has to step out of, and we have the 8 of Swords reversed. So that is usually upright. It usually means someone that feels like they can move forward. This is a card that kind of reminds me of the Devil. It's someone that feels like they can't move forward, they can't go anywhere because they feel trapped, they feel restrained, or they feel like they can't move forward because of all of these thoughts that are going in their head. And the thing is that this person can easily walk away from those issues, from that illusion of not moving, of not being able to move forward, right? But the fact that it's reversed tells me that it feels like Jihyo knows that she's not okay, and she also knows that logically there's no reason as to why she should feel like that. But again, it feels like it's important to say that doesn't make it any easier to get out of that energy of feeling that you can't move forward. So it feels like the fact that it's reversed, she needs to let go of that comfort zone of disappointment, sadness, and grief. I guess you could say grief in a way, which tells me that that comfort zone is a zone where you can't feel any worse because things are bad enough, right? So you don't even want to take a step forward and risking that it will get worse. You prefer to just stay in that limbo, in that energy of not knowing what's up. Yeah, the clarifier is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So I think that if anything, this is Virgo energy, she's using all of the unhealthy aspects of Virgo, right? Which is feeling like being overcritical, over analytical of yourself, also being very strict on yourself, working even harder to make, like, instead of, being organized and getting your work done, you're just overworking yourself, right? So it feels like right now Jihyo is not stepping out of her comfort zone, instead is being a little bit too harsh on herself, and she should be a little bit more gentle and caring for herself. And with don't let the past hold you back, what is Jihyo's past holding her back? So yeah, so it seems like her, okay, so we have the 8 of Wands. So we have 2 8s already, and I just dropped the card. So the card that fell was the High Priestess reversed. So let's see, we have 2 8s, so that feels a certain like infinity, or going through a bunch of possibilities, and this feels like possibilities of power and strength because of the 8. But when it says don't let your past hold you back, and we have the 8 of Wands reversed, it kind of feels like there may have been a time where Jihyo just took action towards something and it didn't work out because she didn't take the time to think things through as she should have. She just was a little bit too reckless in the action that she took. She focused all of her energy in one thing, it didn't work out. And I think that that's why she has to let go of that fear that things are not going to work out. She needs to let go of that. And the High Priestess reversed kind of tells me that because of that fear that she has within her, she can't shine through as much as she could. It feels like there's a lot of burdens and pains and She's also very hard on herself, and that is holding her back from being as successful as she could be in her career. And while I was waiting for like the other audios of this video to save, I was thinking because I don't want to say this because I don't know how people are going to react to it, but at the same time I'm just kind of going like, just fuck it, just say it, which is, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm gonna put this as an example that is not really an example. You know how Jihyo was dating Daniel? I wouldn't be surprised if they broke up because they didn't feel like they were mature enough to be in a relationship. They took it a little bit too fast. It went out to the public a bit too early. They were not ready. They wanted to focus on their career and be successful. Remember how we saw the King of Wands reversed in her current energy? So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if one of the things that life may be waiting for to give her is to have, let's say, Daniel mature in being a successful person, individual, especially if he wants to be successful in his career. So I've been so hesitant for whatever reason to say something like this. But let's say that they kind of end up working together in the future, and let's say they do end up together under the same company, let's say. I don't know, like, I prefer to just focus on the energy of what I'm feeling, but at the same time, I'm starting to see how I can connect that with what I know about Jihyo. And I know she's very caring and kind, and with a personality like that, it feels like she's a type that will put her group first and before her and herself as an individual. But I also feel that could have been one of the reasons as to why she broke up with her ex. But the other thing is that I don't think they separated because of them not liking each other, or because things were not working out in the long run. It felt like it was like things were not currently working out, and because of that we had to separate and mature and grow as individuals before we can get back together, if there's ever getting back together, right? So one of the things that I was feeling is that maybe there's these two clashing ideas or two clashing forces, and one of them is that she needs to, of course, feel that she's good enough, feel that she's beautiful, remember that she is skilled and talented, and if she allows herself to kind of let go a little bit from all of those responsibilities that are holding her back, then she will be a lot more successful than she imagines in her career. And I think that she wants to focus more in her career rather than love, but there's this big romantic or love energy coming in if we got this new moon in Libra in her career. Does that make sense, right? If we're getting love kind of weaving itself into her area of career, that tells me that it's something big and important entering her life, but she's still focusing a lot more in her career, and she's putting other things above her, and because she treasures those things, right? So she wants to care for them, pay attention to them, and nurture those rather than herself. And I'm not necessarily saying that's bad, but it also kind of feels like she is moving very quickly, getting things done, but it's two things that are always clashing and going against each other. So it's a stalemate. She's not really moving at all, if that makes sense. It's kind of like, oh no, I'm thinking of that physics thing. What was it? Like the difference between speed and velocity, right? She's going at high speed, but she ain't moving anywhere. So it feels like she's not progressing. She feels like she's not moving forward, even though she's getting things done, if that makes sense. Because you have motion and the cheetah going against each other, so it kind of feels like it's canceling itself out. So there's no direction, but there is speed. So there is movement, but no progress. Things are getting done, and that's why there's no results. I don't know how else to feel, but let's see. I'm going to take out now cards to see what is in store for Jihyo's career. Right? So let's say, Jihyo, let's go of whatever's holding her back. What will happen then? Right? If she just... I'm going to put those back because I wasn't ready. Let's see, what will happen to Jihyo from twice if she let go of those fears and burdens? So we have the Four of Wands. She will find stability. Seven of Wands upright. She will understand what's going on. She will be able to put her thoughts together. She will be able to take what's necessary, whichever thoughts are needed, and not what she feels she has to take. She will be able to let go of some burden. That's what I'm feeling. And what else will happen? And she will be a successful queen, because we have the Queen of Pentacles. So she will go from this Knight of Pentacles reverse, which is, it's kind of like this is the energy she has right now. And if she were to let go of all of those fears, she will be able to be the Queen of Pentacles, right? So this kind of tells me that if Jihyo were to realize that there is love, and in this case I mean love as in like caring energy, not love as in romance. And if she realized that she is skilled, talented, and beautiful, and there's no need for her to be so hard on herself, then she will be able to mature and grow into this Queen of Pentacles energy, and she will be able to care for other people and care for herself, have that balance. She will be able to go, you know, full on tunnel vision and get her goals done, and it will be easier because both of these cards will be facing the same direction, right? The cheetah and the motion card will be going the same way. So she will be finally moving forward and finding results and progress coming through because she's getting things done in a way that it's focused. And that's something that the Eight of Wands shows when it's upright. It's focused energy. All of the wands are going in one direction, and that's focused, laser focused energy. So it kind of feels like if Jihyo were to let go of this fear, let go of this thing that she treasures so much, but it's holding her back because of the pressure that she's putting on herself, then she will be stable, she'll be able to celebrate and be content. She will be able to discern what works for her and what doesn't work for her. So she'll be able to let go of things, and she will be a happy queen. With that, I'll go on to her third section, which is her love life. Let's get now into Jihyo's love life. See what is up over there. I'm kind of afraid of what's going to come up with Jihyo's love life because I don't know why I'm so hesitant to say what I'm actually, like, to say what I'm thinking when I'm thinking it. Like, I have to force myself to go out there and say it. So we have a black egg and a moth. So it feels like again, it feels like Jihyo's waiting for, or Jihyo's gonna be with someone in her life that hasn't really grown into their own potential. Like, there's this black egg, and it feels like this represents the type of person that Jihyo's waiting for or looking for. So someone that has not really reached their highest form or has not reached their that ability to be their best self, or they're not in the best situation, or she's, I don't know, it feels like she's going for someone that is just not necessarily mature yet because the egg has not hatched. But that black egg tells me that it's someone that is very grounded and someone that supports her, and it's going to be someone that is very confident, as well as someone that may be a little bit mysterious or is okay with the difficulties that life may have to offer. While she is the moth, right? She is this beautiful, I guess, creature or beautiful person that is very good at communicating and is learning how to communicate from the heart. I think that's something that Jihyo is working on currently, how to communicate how she feels and be confident about it. I think she may struggle a little bit in connecting to that side of herself. We have meditation, so that tells me that she is slowly trying to center herself. She's slowly trying to be in that light, right? She's, as we saw earlier in this previous two areas of her current energy and her career, she is struggling a lot with trying to get rid of that negative mentality of I can't get this done, I'm not good enough for this, or I have so many responsibilities and burdens to worry about. So she seems like, if you see this moth, it's going towards the light. Like it's trying to get clarity, it's trying to get out of this negative mood, it's trying to get out of this negative mentality. And here in this moderation card, we have a card that is filled with white. So that tells me that this is someone that has gotten clarity. It is someone that's seen things a little bit clearer. It is someone that is finally understanding why things are the way that they are, because it's someone that's working from their heart space. And there's this like flying creatures, right? So that kind of feels like there's a lot of communication and balance and being able to be not necessarily practical in the earthy sense of trying to have stable footing and material accommodations. It's more of someone that knows how to be more of an intellectual, or is someone that knows how to find reasoning through their understanding of the mind, how they think, right? But also having a balance because of the green, which is the heart chakra, and yellow, which is the solar plexus, which the solar plexus is about confidence, and the heart chakra is about your emotions and finding your truth, and that truth is your guidance as to where to go next and where to feel more comfortable and happy and emotionally satisfied. So it kind of feels like she's working in that, trying to reach that energy of following her heart, following what she's passionate about, following what she truly loves, rather than feel like she has to go through responsibilities, which is a more practical, earthy type of mentality of I have to go through responsibilities, goals, and conventional ways of doing things. But I think her heart is aiming for something a little bit different. And in romance, that's what she's doing, trying to connect with her heart and being honest with herself. That is definitely important because this is an air card, and that is communication as well. Let's see. And if you see this moderation card, it looks like it's someone that is looking at the birds as a couple, because we have one that has like a red tummy and one that has a blue tummy, so it could be a twin flame type of mentality or soulmate or whatever you guys want to think, like a divine connection type of romance or relationship. And it also feels like it is someone that is looking towards this bird, says, oh, it must be very nice to be free and happy and so on, so on, so on. So I feel like she is kind of going through it in her romance. Like she wants something beautiful and she knows that she wants it and she knows that she can get it, but she is struggling. Because again, her career seems to be a very important thing, and that seems to be the thing that's holding her back a little bit from achieving what she really wants. Then we have her partner. We have a black egg and discernment. So someone that is trying to understand how life works and is trying to work out how to get things done in the way that they're happy with, because there's a lot of green, so connecting to their heart chakra as well. And it seems like she's going for someone that is trying to cleanse themselves or is trying to get rid of all this negative energy as well, and is trying to connect a little bit more to their higher self or to their highest potential, or is trying to see things differently. And it feels like this person is definitely free because they're young. And what I mean by young is like it's an energy that has not been tainted by the conventional mentality of individuals and people. So this is someone that has a future ahead of them because they are able to see things from a different perspective. They're not seeing it from the conventional, this is how things have to get done. So let me take out some more cards to see 3 cards, one for Jihyo's partner, one for that was at the bottom of the deck when I picked it up. This is for both of them, and then one for Jihyo herself. Another Virgo card. So if I'm correct, Jihyo is an Aquarius, but I don't know her other placement, so she may have strong Virgo energy in her chart, and by chart I mean her natal chart. And her partner has Taurus energy, so they're both very grounded and earthy people. So let's see. For Jihyo, we have another card that is green. So again, her heart chakra is very important. We have new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. So I think that by a time to give rather than take is that one always confuses me, because even though it says a time to give rather than take, I always see it the opposite. I always feel that if someone is, based on the energy that Jihyo has, it feels like this card is telling her more that it is time that she gives to herself rather than give to other people. It is time that she focuses on what she wants rather than what she feels she has to do. So let go again of those responsibilities and push towards what she actually wants and what she desires and what she's passionate about, what she's driven to get. So in this is like, because Virgos are very serving. No, they like to provide their services to other people, but many of them may forget a little bit about themselves because they're workaholics. So they'll see that as work and they'll work on that instead of working on themselves. And when they work on themselves, they're very harsh. So with her, I feel that she has to, do something nice for her. Remember that she is talented, beautiful, and has a great future in front of her. Like, she doesn't have to confine herself to the conventions of life, of her career. Like, she doesn't have to go through the path that people tell her she should go through. She should go through the path that she's happy with, right? That she's content with. And if what makes her happy and content is the path that she's currently on, then she can continue with that, I guess. And if she has to tweak it a little bit so it accommodates to what she's aiming for, then she should go ahead and do that as well. So she has that emotional fulfillment. But her partner, we have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. I feel that the partner that is kind of coming in for her love life is someone that is still in the working stages of becoming better and improving themselves and trying to reach their highest potential. But this new moon in Taurus tells me that they have a very promising future in front of them. They're just not there yet. They're still in that egg, trying to figure out how to work from their heart space, be physically successful, and also work in whatever higher purpose they have in life. So this is someone that is taking their time in building a strong foundation, and when they have that strong foundation, they're going to succeed very quickly. So it feels like that's why they're not ready yet. And in the middle for their relationship, we have look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So this tells me that both of them have to be in a higher level or more mature before they can get together, right? Even though Jihyo may be succeeding in her career, she's not successful within her own body. And what I mean within her own body is balancing the mind, the heart, and the physical, as well as the emotional, right? Which I guess that goes with the heart. But in this case, I also mean like what her soul desires versus what she thinks she desires. Like all of that, right? Like she's trying to balance herself as an individual. That is what she has to work on. While her partner is building his own foundation and trying to create a life, a path that he's happy with, and it's definitely going to work. Not because he's afraid that things are going to go wrong, but more towards this individual is trying to figure out a very stable way of doing things so that he can build more things on top of it, and then definitely be successful, right? And with look at the bigger picture, it tells me that both of them are on the right path of working on themselves before they can come together, right? So I'm gonna take out some cards, just 2 cards, to see where they are at. So this will be for Jihyo's partner. Wait. I just dropped the card. For Jihyo's partner, we have the 10 of Swords reverse. So right now it seems like Jihyo's partner is more in is leaning towards getting rid of any mental issues. So overthinking, being able to clearly communicate with themselves. So discernment, very important. Right now this individual is trying to figure out a way to get rid of any ideas and thoughts that are weighing this person down, or getting rid of any mentality that is holding them back, because they're trying to create a foundation. And one of the foundations that this individual wants to create is a stable partnership, or a person that is stable and worthy to be with someone like Jihyo, right? Someone that has their ish together, and someone that definitely is very caring and loving with people. So it seems like she's going for a partner that is making sure they have no baggage of their own to bring towards their relationship. And let's see. And we have the Nine of Swords reverse. So definitely someone that is working very hard to get rid of their stress, their own fears, their own any mental images that may be coming into their head that is holding them back. So it feels like this is someone. So we have two individuals that are not necessarily too different, but they have very clear issues that they have. And Jihyo's partner is someone that is a lot in their head, and is someone that is currently in a situation that is making them very stressed, that is overwhelming, and may affect their body because of how stressful the situation they're in is. But that I feel that they're in, it's like if this person was in all of this darkness, they don't really know where they're going, it's a little bit unclear, and they don't know what path to take, but they do know that their goal is to be the best person they can be, so they can be with the partner that they feel so they feel like they're worth to be with a partner like Jihyo, right? Someone that is respected and well taken care of and loved. And Jihyo's I guess section, let's see, what is going on with Jihyo's love. So we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Emperor. So again, we have Pentacles. So Jihyo's very, very, very earthy, and if she has strong Virgo placements, that kind of makes sense why she will have a lot of Earth energy, which is Pentacles. So we have the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. So I think that one of the things Jihyo's kind of like working for is to be the Queen of Pentacles that we got in her career. So one of the things that is holding Jihyo back is her career. I think that her career is a thing that's holding back her love life. Let's put it that way. And her love life is what's holding back her career. So that's why the whole thing of like she's getting things done, but it's not with the right intention. And when you have the wrong intention and you still take action, it kind of backfires because you're doing things and then you start complaining that nothing's getting done, when in reality is nothing's getting done because you're not putting the right intentions when getting things done. And I feel that with Jihyo, that's kind of like the issue right now. She is like, I'm doing this for my career, let me not think of my love life, but it is worrying her and it's getting in the way of her career. So that she can't focus all of her energy in one area of her life because the other one is kind of like always lurking their way in. So it's kind of difficult for her, but she knows that she's not okay, and that's good. If that makes sense. It's good to know that you're not okay because then you can try to figure out a way to get yourself out of it. But if you don't even realize that you're kind of like, going through it, then it's kind of difficult because then you're just insisting, you're just vibing, and then you're like, wait, I have work to do. So I think she's doing okay. But in her career, we had the Queen of Pentacles, and that was like, if she lets go of all of the things that are holding her back in her career, then she will be successful as a Queen of Pentacles. So someone that is very caring, giving, confident, and at the same time very grounded and career and focused. Not necessarily career orientated, goal orientated, which is different, right? It is someone that has a goal, makes it happen, moves on to the next thing. And yeah, even though the Queen of Pentacles is or could be considered conventional with how life should go and everything, that doesn't mean that they're not happy with it. It just means that that's what they find comfort in. I'm trying to think, what am I going with this? I feel that if Jihyo were to finally sort out everything that she had to sort out in her career, she will be able to succeed in her love life as well. And I think that's what she's focusing on right now. Physically, right? Physically, she's like, I have to work on my career and then I can think about love. But in her heart and in her head, she's still thinking very deeply about her love life. And that's getting in the way of her career. And then we also have the Emperor reverse. So it's kind of like if you had a couple right here, right? So one of two things. She has to balance her masculine and feminine energy, which we all have. So she has to balance her emotional side, I guess, in a way, and make that work in her favor when she's starting to take action. But it also feels like she's not taking action the way that she should. And what I mean the way that she should is by following her heart. That's like the biggest thing. to finally let go of the idea of I have to do this, I have to do this other thing, and this other thing. It's more like I want to do this to get to this other thing, and so on and so on. And the Emperor is Aries energy, which is the energy that we got with the King of Wands in her current energy. So it kind of feels like she's definitely thinking about someone, and that person is not there yet, and because of that, her love life is not working. Like, she's not in the place and situation she would like to be in, and the partner that she's aiming for, so this black egg, is not there yet either. So that's why they both need to look at the bigger picture, and it's like, remember why you're doing the things that you're currently doing, so you don't lose focus as to the moment you're in, and you realize that you're doing it for a higher purpose. And in this case, the higher purpose is find the person they're both aiming to be in, so they can be together, right? So they can both be this Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor and be together, working together, being in love together, and all of that, right? But right now they're both still kind of like not in that situation yet. So with that, I'll go on to the healing messages for Jihyo to see what is up, what is life advising her, I guess, or just any healing messages to go through. What beautiful messages do we have for Jihyo? Let's see, maybe anything that has to be cleared up. Let's get it cleared up. I think those are a lot. We'll see. So we have to start off the Parrot Spirit, watch your rewards, and the Wombat Spirit, be at home. So with watch your rewards, I feel like one of the things that I guess life is telling Jihyo is to be careful what she promises. Not because when it says watch your rewards, it doesn't feel necessarily that she's being mean to people or she's stealing people off. It feels more like she's promising a lot more. Like her bite is a lot bigger than she can chew. Something like that. Like she is saying like, oh yeah, I'll do this, and I'll do that, and her list of things to do is getting longer and longer and longer, and she has less energy, motivation, and drive to get them done, right? So I think that with watch your rewards, it feels like be careful what you're promising, because you're just making the 10 of Wands baggage heavier and heavier and heavier, because she's very caring and seems like she wants to help the whole world, but of course she can't do that alone. And I think she's also offering a lot more than she's capable of doing. Like, she's like, yeah, I'll help you with this, and that. But there's just so much she can do before, well, she can't do it, right? And then we have the be at home. I think one of the things life is kind of telling her is to be confident, be comfortable. So like that, she can step out of that comfort zone and be in that 4 of Wands energy that we saw earlier in her career. That's kind of like the biggest thing. So we have trust in the great mystery. So I think with trust we have the Whale Spirit, trust in the great mystery. It feels like the great mystery is just life doing its thing, and Jihyo not knowing what that thing is life is doing with her. And the other thing is, like, you know how we got the look at the bigger picture with I think it was full moon in Sagittarius earlier in her love life. That part too, right? Just trust that things are going the way that they have to. They're going the best way possible, and also trust that even if things are out of your control, that doesn't mean that Jihyo is not in the right path. It doesn't mean that Jihyo is doing something wrong, because you know how in her current energy we got the Devil reverse, and that kind of showed that she felt like she was not good enough, and that's why things are not working out, or the results that she's looking for are not coming through. But with this Whale Spirit, it's kind of like, just trust that if things are not going through, it's not you, it's just that things are not ready yet. That's kind of what I'm getting. The other card that we have is Freedom is Yours. So with the Be at Home, I feel like the Freedom is Yours card kind of goes with her, I think it was her love life, and there we had the Moderation card, was it? Well, I have to look back. Give me a second. I have all the cards here on the side so I can look back at them. We had, Moderation. So it kind of feels like this is like when I was saying that this person is looking at the birds and it's like, oh, it looks like they're free, looks like they're happy, and they're content with each other, right? A healthy romance, I guess. and partnership and companionship. And I feel that with Jihyo, with the horse spirit, we have freedom is yours. One, balance. Another thing that just kind of randomly popped in my hair was beautiful hair. I don't know why that popped in my hair. Popped in my head. Anyway, the other thing is that with a horse spirit, I'm getting that she has the ability to get a bunch of things done, get working, move as quickly as she wants. But that doesn't mean that all that work that she does gets her anywhere closer to her dream. It's just that sometimes she just has to wait, but that doesn't mean that she's trapped, that she's in this devil energy or the Eight of Wands energy. She's still free to do what she wants. It's just that it's not going to go as smoothly as she thinks, right? The other thing that we have is the pig spirit. Use your mind wisely. So that tells me that she has to be very careful with what she thinks. She has to be very careful with how she's planning things, because life will not always go according to her plans. Even if she has like, oh, I'm going to do this, and this other thing to get this goal accomplished and done, that doesn't mean that it's going to happen. It just shows that she's very dedicated and life will reward that and value that. It's just that it's not always going to go as she plans, and she might as well get used to the idea that it's not going to happen always as she thinks. Next, we have the frog spirit, which clear out the clutter, which is the whole thing of letting go of the past, letting go of those burdens, of all of the responsibility weighing her down, letting go of that idea that she's not good enough, letting go of that idea that it's holding her, whatever's holding her back that we saw in her current energy and her career. She needs to let go of that, because that is just leaving her in a pessimistic energy, in a mode that of like, oh, things are not going well, it's all my fault, when it's not her fault, it's just not going well. And then we have so we have the skunk spirit, which is know your worth, which definitely goes with that card that Jihyo got in her career, which I think also said, okay, give me a second, I have to look at it. It was one of those ones. You're good enough. Know your worth. You are good enough. It kind of goes well with that. So I feel that definitely one of the advice cards, or one of the things life wants to tell Jihyo, is don't worry. Again, this whole thing of like, remember how you are holding yourself back, thinking, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not skilled enough, and that's why things are not going my way. And life is just kind of like, chill down, calm down. It's not you, it's us. Life is like, you just give us time to get things done, and then believe me, things are gonna go a lot quicker than you think. The next card that we have is the Panther Spirit. Reclaim your power. And I think this power is the confidence that Jihyo has. Reclaim the power that she is free. Reclaim the power of not feeling this baggage that she's constantly carrying with her. These understanding that everything is not within her power as well. So that's reclaiming her power. Knowing where she stands and knowing what she's capable of. And also understanding that she doesn't have to blame herself if things don't work out like she wished they would. And the last card that we have is the Stag Spirit. Take the lead. And I know Jihyo is a leader within Twice, but she is also a leader in life, right? She is the one that just gets things done and is so focused on making things happen, and is so caring and kind that a lot of people look up to her as a role model. And I think with Take the Lead, life is like, yeah, people look up to you, but you don't have to feel responsible as to them looking up at you, if that makes sense. Up to you. It's more like take the lead of your own life. Do what you want to do, and believe me, the people that want to continue seeing you as a leader will follow or will support you. And the ones that are like, oh, what the hell is she doing? Why is she not following whatever conventional path they had for her? It's also fine. She is the leader of her own life, and if people want to admire her, they will, and if they don't, they won't. And I think with this Stag Spirit is like, Jihyo has to keep in mind that she is living her life, and she doesn't have to do what she thinks other people are expecting of her to do, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I'm getting for Jihyo. There's something that is definitely holding her back, and I think those responsibilities are the things that are kind of getting on the way of her own success in life. And I was kind of thinking more to myself, when I mean success in life, it's not necessarily like, oh, look at the numbers, she's doing great. More in the success of emotional fulfillment. I think that's her biggest issue. She's like, okay, do I continue in this conventional success of making money, fame, being well known, or do I start going down the path of someone that is just content with life? They're doing what they want to do, what makes them happy, and it doesn't matter what other people think. They're just getting done what they wish to get done, right? And I feel that that's kind of what Jihyo's like currently fighting, right? She's like conventional path or my own happiness type of path. So yeah, I'll leave that there. I hope you guys found this entertaining. I kind of had like this big struggle at the first half of this reading to to understand what Jihyo was going through, but I was also kind of struggling with being completely honest with what I was getting through. I think it was one of those things like, I don't want to talk about Daniel, and then I was like, well, I kind of have to. I feel like I have to, and I did, because I don't want to I can't speak now. I don't want to sound like a delusional person, and it's like, yeah, they're gonna end up together. Well, that's up to them if they want to or not. And it's also of those things that I was kind of like, I don't want to sound a little bit idealistic, but then I was just kind of like, you know what? Just say what you have to say. Let the messages go through. It's going to make sense to some people. It's not going to make sense to others. And at the end of the day, I say what I have to say, and you guys interpret that however you are going to end up interpreting that. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. And I hope you found it entertaining and interesting. Again, I'm doing this purely for fun. So, I hope you guys had fun as well watching it. And let me see if there's anything else. Also, look forward to the rest of the members, because this is the first one, but we have more people to go. So look forward to them eventually. Whenever time gives me time to get them done. And yeah. Thank you beforehand, because I don't know how the video is going to do yet, but thank you beforehand. And I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. No, I think I'll just say thank you for the support in the other videos, if you are someone that has been watching the channel Girl Little by Little, and thank you to anyone that may have just randomly joined, because I'm slowly venturing into different groups. And yeah, I'm thinking if there's anything else. And I hope you're having a great day. Love and healing from my part to you. See you on the next one.